Hi guys. Sorry I'm not there with you today. I'm at home. My wife and I had our baby, my son Ezra. So I'm at home taking care of him. But I'm going to take some time in this video to talk to you about just logistics stuffs for class, how to find my website and different links that you might need, and also talk to you a little bit about how class is going to work while I'm out. You guys will have a lot of these video lessons to replace the time that we would have in class. Anyway, so let's go through it. The most important link that you guys are going to need is my website. That's where you're going to find links to everything else. While we're going through this video, what I'd like for you to do is have your computer out, go through the video with me, open up web pages with me, click on links with me, and bookmark things as you need so that you get more out of the video. Pause the video when you need to, and then start it back up. If you've got headphones with you today, definitely use headphones. In the future, please bring headphones so that you can watch the videos at your own pace without distracting anyone next to you. And because of these videos, you're definitely going to need your computer every day so that you can watch the videos at the beginning of each class. Okay, so the link to my website is rather long, so here's a shortened link that'll take you to the front page of my website. So you might want to pause the video now, type in that link, and bookmark or favorite this page so that you can get back to it. We're going to be using this website all year long, so you're definitely going to want to do that now. Once you've got that done, you can see here's the main page for my website. And I'll take you around to a couple of things. You guys probably have seen this website before, hopefully, because that's where you got all your information for your summer packets. Just to talk about that real quick, summer packets are due this week. Make sure that you turn in your summer packet to the sub. He's going to give it to me. He or she will give the summer packet to me. And I'll get that graded in the next couple of weeks, and that'll count as your first quiz grade. So it'll be nice. If you have a couple of questions in the summer packet that you were not able to answer, or some of the challenging questions that happened towards the end of the packet, that's okay, not to worry. As long as you gave the packet a valid attempt and you were reviewed all of the review material, then you should be fine, and you're actually going to start the year out pretty strong. So it will have done its job, and you don't need to worry about getting a poor grade or anything like that. If you do have other questions, just email me, and we'll talk about those individually. Anyway, another link that you can find on the main page here is a link to video lectures. This is going to be really important while I'm out. So if you click on that, it's going to open my YouTube channel, and you can see that there are different playlists for each of the classes. So the video you're watching now, you can actually find in the playlist, and future videos like directions for the lab activity you're going to be doing later today and tomorrow can also be found here. And there'll be links on my calendar in my OneNote, and you can look on the playlist if you like. So either of those three locations would be fine. Another useful thing that you can do is you notice that I've not taken down any of the videos from past years. We're going to be using this a lot more extensively in the past, so you can see there aren't that many videos, but it is a nice resource. So if you have a question about something that we're working on, I might have already made a video about that specific example or homework problem that you can come and take a look at. So definitely keep this in mind as a resource. I'm going to leave up all the videos from past years, so you don't need to worry about them disappearing or anything like that, but good resource for you to have there. Anyway, we'll go back to the website. Over on the side, you'll find all my different classes. So this is AP Physics 1. The first thing we can click is the title here for AP Physics 1. And you'll notice just a brief summary about the class, a link again to the video lectures, just so you don't lose that, and then also a link to my OneNote Notebook. So we can click on that. It's going to open in a new page. If you would like, you can download, whether you're on Mac or Windows, you can download OneNote. It's free, and you'll be able to add this notebook to your notebook. And it makes viewing the notes we take in class a lot easier, a lot more manageable. But if you don't want to do that, you want to view it through a web browser, this is what it's going to look like. And that's totally fine too. Just navigation here real quick. Over here are the different sections of the notebook. So you can see introduction, and then eventually later this week or next week we'll get to chapter 1. So you can see I've got just sort of a skeleton outline to those notes already placed up, and we'll fill them out as we have class periods. So this is always a good place to come back to and check the notes. Up here you can see you can actually search for things. You should be able to search even for words that were handwritten in the notes. So if you are looking for something in particular, or just quickly trying to reference something while you're doing your homework, that's a good place to start. Once you go to a specific section, there are pages within that section that you can switch between. And so you can see that here we've got a couple of pages we're going to go over today. Anyway, we'll come back to this. Let's finish talking about the website. So the next thing on the website here is announcements. And this is where I might communicate information to you that I don't want to get lost in the calendar. So this isn't where I'm going to put daily homework, but if there's something that I want to communicate to you that I want you to always be able to find easily, then I'm going to put it here. So you can see one of the most important things for you to do today is, if you do not already have Logger Pro on your computer, you need to go to this link if you're using Windows, or this link if you're using Mac OS X, and download that file. Don't download it at school because the bandwidth is going to be really limited, and if you all try to download the file all at once, it's going to be a big problem. So wait till you get home, download it. Here is the password. When you're installing the file, it's going to ask for your password, so definitely also install the file when you're at home. If you're not comfortable installing files, or your parents have a restriction on your account so you can't install files, just make sure you've got your parents there with you while you're installing it. You're going to need this program installed and ready to go for class tomorrow. So make sure that you've got that done. Also here on announcements, you can see some of the other important announcements that have been posted throughout the years that I didn't delete because they still apply to you. So extra information about the AP tests so that you know how it's a little bit different than other AP tests that you might have taken. You might have questions about SIGDIGs and how they work on AP tests, and here's a really good explanation from the College Board about SIGDIGs and so on. So this is a good resource for you. That's the announcements page. Classroom documents is next. And you can see a lot of the classroom documents that you're going to need are going to show up here. And so this is a good place to turn if you need a document. So a lot of the lab activities that we do or notes are going to be here. Extra data or anything like that is going to be here. But I'll make you aware of when there's something in classroom documents that you need to be looking for. Here's our calendar. You want to click on the calendar. That's going to tell you what we're doing in class. If there's a video lesson, which there will be a lot of while I'm away, the link to the video lesson will be in there. And if you have any homework, the homework will be listed, and you want to make sure that you get that done and bring it in the next day. We're also going to have labs about once every other week after school, and they're going to be from 3 to 5. Not all the labs will take 2 hours, but some of them will definitely take 2 hours. And those are labs that are required by the College Board. So they're definitely going to be happening. We'll do them every other week, and they won't start until I come back to school. So we won't do any virtual labs. You guys will do some activities in class, but they're not going to count as your full AP labs. Let's go over the syllabus real quick. A lot of general information here. This is the syllabus that that I designed that was approved by the College Board. So this has everything in there that they expect us to be doing. So it's really important that you look through it and you have an understanding of what we're going to be doing and what the expectations are. If you're interested in taking AP Physics because you would like to gain those college credits and you're also looking to gain the credit from the laboratory section of that class from your college, there's a lot of stuff here in the syllabus that's going to ensure that your college accepts what you've done as credit. Specifically, it is even with a 4 or 5 on the test, it can be sometimes challenging to get the college to approve your laboratory work for lab credit. And what it's going to come down to basically is just really good lab etiquette, really good organizational skills for your lab reports. And the college may ask to see all of the lab reports you've done this year in order to give you credit for them. So just make sure that you keep that in mind. Anyway, here are some of the big ideas for AP Physics 1. These are the kind of zoomed out things that we want to make sure you can do. Here's all the different topics that we're going to be covering. So you can read through those later at your leisure. Lab reports, like I said, we're going to do them pretty extensively. We're going to have different types of labs. You can read about those in this section here. The different sections of your lab report that I require are here. Usually the only problems students have are with data analysis, observations, and error analysis, and that's something that we'll be talking about together so that you understand what the expectation is and how to do those sections properly. Here is the grading category weights for the class: 15% homework, 25% labs and quizzes, and 60% tests. Some more information about quizzes and tests. And then this is a breakdown of all of the chapters that we'll be covering, around when they'll be covered, and the associated lab experiments that we'll be doing. So it's all been mapped out already. So again, the bottom of the syllabus here is a good place for you to look to see what's going on. If you go back to the monthly agenda, you're going to notice that, again, that we have a calendar for your daily activities, and we have a calendar for labs so that you don't lose track of what's going on. All right, let's go back to my OneNote. So we're going to switch on the OneNote here. There's a couple of things that I need you guys to get done today. Your sub's going to pass out your textbooks. You need to make a note of the number, your textbook number, and its condition. Do not change your textbook for any reason without talking to me or the sub. At the end of the year, you'll be responsible for the textbook that I have recorded that you took. So if you change books, you're still responsible for the other one. So just make sure you don't go grabbing a book out of the room without talking to someone first. Anyway, labs are going to be done through Google Classroom. You're going to go to your Google Classroom and insert this code to join our class. And it's going to look like this. You're going to go to AP Physics 1. There's nothing there right now, but as we get going, this is how you're going to turn in your lab reports. And we'll talk more about that as we need to. Next, again, here's a link to my website, so make sure that you've got that bookmarked. And just a couple of reminders that are going to make things easier for you for these first couple of days. Just make sure that you check the calendar for direction and daily assignments. You're going to want to be looking at that calendar every day. You can actually add my calendar to your calendar, and then you can look at all your stuff all in one place. So that's pretty useful. Make sure you bring your laptop and headphones every day. That's going to help you watch these video lectures at your pace, pausing and starting as you need to, taking notes and that kind of thing, without bothering the people beside you. You can find links to videos in my OneNote on the calendar, or you could just go to my YouTube page directly. Make sure tonight that you download and install Logger Pro. Make sure that this week you turn in your summer work. And if you have any questions, you can email me. Here's my email. Make sure that you don't accidentally type in McDonley TA, as that's the other Mr. McDonley. All right, so that takes us through everything there. Really quickly, you can see here we've got our laboratory rubric. This is how you're going to be graded on your labs that you turn in through Google Classroom. And so you're going to want to take some time to read through this to see all the different sections that you're graded on, and you can get anywhere between 0 and 4 points. So Reading through the rubric is going to let you know how I might grade you.